I like to salt my meat about 24 hours before I cook it. Lots of salt. Lots of Morton's kosher salt. Of course, of course. Alright, Mr. Justin. Up my game a little bit. We're going to cook these steaks. I think they're steak. Maybe prime rib. Not sure what they are. But what we did yesterday is we covered these in some kosher salt, not the mustard. Kosher salt, not the banana bread. Kosher salt. And completely covered. And then we let them sit overnight in this container with a lid on it for 24 hours. Now we let them sit out for about 3 hours to get room temperature. We're going to smother them in the awesome compound butter that I made up here. I will post the ingredients for the compound butter right now. And then what we're going to do is smother them, and we're going to put these in the toaster oven. That's right, the toaster oven. It's about 220 degrees until these temperatures reach an internal temperature of 120 degrees. Now, what we're going to do with how we're going to monitor that is I got this new fancy device here, Mr. Justin. And it's got 2 probes on it, and we're going to put one in each steak. And yeah, first day I get to use this. It just came, so we're going to use it. Can't wait to see how these steaks turn out. Now, before I flip these over and throw them in the roasting pan, I just wanted to show you how much I lather this butter on these bad boys. Yes, that's a lot. But it's about half the bowl, and we're going to flip them over, throw them on the rack, and then put the rest on the other side. Alright, they're all lathered up. Got them in my fancy toaster oven makeshift roasting pan. It's basically just a 2-inch or 1.5-inch pan. I don't know what it is. We'll call it an 1.5-inch deep pan, with which the fry basket for the came with the toaster oven actually fit inside of it with some foil. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in there. One thing I would like to note on the recipe for the compound butter, I do not add any salt to it. It does say to add salt to it, but I don't, because I put salt on these steaks and let them sit overnight. You do not need any more salt than what you had already put on if you salt these overnight. If you don't salt them overnight, then put the salt in the compound butter. But if you do salt them overnight, then I suggest not putting any salt in the compound butter. It'll just be too salty. I've done it. You can put a little in, I guess, but I usually don't put any in. Just the other ingredients. Alright, let's pop these in the toaster oven. And we're going to wait to see an internal temperature of 120 degrees. I have the alarm set on the thermometer. It'll go off at 120 degrees. We'll pull them out. Then we'll let them sit for about a half hour. As they sit, we're going to crank the toaster oven up as high as it'll go, which I think is 450. If you're making these in a regular oven, you're going to just crank your oven up to 500 degrees, and you're going to put them back in after a half hour in the 500 degrees for about 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes. You're going to wait till you get that internal temperature of 135. All right, let's go. I love my toaster oven. Oh, is that thing nasty? Look at that grossness. There we go, just started. I ended up putting it at 250. I wanted to do slow roast, but I wanted the convection to go on. So the best I could do was bake a cake at 250. That's the preset I used on this, but 250. And I think it should take about 45 minutes to get it up to temperature, but we'll keep checking it now that I have this bad boy. So that's what they look like after they reach temperature. We're gonna let them sit out now for about a half hour, and then we're gonna blast them with some heat for about 5 to 7 minutes. About 450 to 500 degrees, however hot you can get your oven. But I'm using my toaster oven, so 450 is the max on this. So we let the steaks sit for about 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. Pop them back in, set it to the highest temperature we could get. This also has convection, so we'll get the convection on. Temperature's a little bit different between the 2 probes, but that's okay, because once we hit about 130, we're going to take them out, and it'll probably jump to 140 after we take them out, because the outside temperature is warmer than the inside temperature of the steak. So we're going to take them out here shortly. So our first steak hit our desired temperature. We're going to go ahead and take them out. They should both be good. They look good. All right, I'm going to pull them out. All right, they look fantastic. I'm gonna let them sit and rest for about 10 minutes, and then we will cut into them. So you want to learn how to use a camera? This is a good time to do it. You can come over here and watch me cut it. Here, hold it and just keep the steak in the frame. All right, don't move your fingers because the camera's right by it.
It looks farther away from it.
It's supposed to be. She's doing a job. Hold on. Do you want corn? On the cob.
No. Nowadays, I'd rather eat it on the off the cob.
Alexa off.
That was bad timing. All right, good job, Cecilia. Oh, look at that! I'm getting to be pretty good at this. Don't touch it. At this medium rare stuff.
Give me.